de morgen alle Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Monroe. We are here from New Glarus, and we represent the Wilhelm Tell Guild. Before you are some very lovely young women, both inside and out, and they are wearing some very, very special costumes. Today we're here to provide you with a bit of a style show and a little bit about the Cantons of Switzerland. Today we will not be going through each and every one of the cantons, but we will talk about the cantons of the girls who you see here today. We will give you a little background, first of all, about why we have these girls in our Wilhelm Tell Festival. So every Labor Day weekend since 1938, we just had our 81st year in New Glarus. We really celebrate being Swiss. We work to bring the Swiss authenticity to our area very proudly. During that festival, as you know in our festival name, we actually put on a play called the Wilhelm Tell Festival. It's the story of the hero, Wilhelm Tell, that saved, it is mythical they say, but they're not quite sure either. They're wondering where they got the story from, so you may believe if you want. I know we do. But it's the famous story where the apple shoot happens. But you really need to come see us to see the whole entire play. We are out in an open-air amphitheater on Highway W, just shortly out in New Glarus. And of course you know New Glarus for all of our great ethnic entertainment throughout the years. So we're going to get started. First of all, we're going to tell you about a place that's not a canton, but it comes from a canton of Glarus. So first of all, we're going to have Jenna step forward, and she's representing New Glarus. These usherette costumes were developed by our founder of our festival, who is Edwin Barlow. Edwin chose to replicate all of the cantonal costumes, and in this particular costume, we are very fortunate to have had something called the Embroidery Factory in New Glarus. The skirt at the bottom is a special showcase and very, very priceless to us. The skirt itself has little grapes embroidered in it, and it was made in that special factory in New Glarus. Many people came there for years to get their bridal gowns, lace, and embroidered fabric. So New Glarus, as you know, is just a little bit north of Monroe, and we're a small community with also the town of Glarus and other townships connecting to us. These girls live all over, but they all go to the New Glarus school. So thank you, Jenna. You can step back. Then we're going to bring forward Brooke. Brooke is representing 20th century Glarus, the canton for which New Glarus comes from. And this is very similar to what you're probably seeing today on the streets worn by some folks. Here in Monroe, you may see more folks wearing the Glarus Trachten being blue, but it's very similar to this, and this particular was the more authentic, older version. We will be showing you an older version yet in just a little bit. Thank you, Brooke. So now we're going to step forward with Riley. Riley is representing the Canton of Argyle, and it's called the Canton of Carrots because its rich soil is excellent for truck farming. Land is comparatively flat here. The river flows through Canton, and noted on the flag that we are bringing in our parade today has wavy lines. Next, we're going to show you Appenzell. Appenzell, this represents a 1513 representation of their cantonal costume. It's an agricultural canton. It's beautiful and it's very colorful. Men there, if they were accompanying Samantha, they would be wearing yellow pants and red vests, black hats with flowers, and one earring. Musical and fun-loving people are here. The canton is also known for its embroidery. And the inner part of the canton is Roman Catholic and the outer part is Protestant. And they also still hold a Landsgemeinde, which is a voting time, which is also seen in the Canton of Glarus. Thank you. Kendra, she is coming to represent Basel. And this is a representation from 1501. The canton is nearest to Germany. The capital city is also called Basel within the canton. Lovely old city, culture, and religious center of Switzerland. People are cultured and very fun-loving. They have a wild celebration each year called Fasnacht. And this does take place similarly to what we have here in the United States known as our Mardi Gras in New Orleans. The Rhine River also flows through the city. Thank you. Emily. Emily is representing Bern, the capital city of Switzerland. Her gown or her dress is very special to us. Not only is it made to be like the cantonal costume, but you'll notice on the front it was hand embroidered with edelweiss, and it does have the special silver chains. And it's very similar to many of the dresses that you see that women are wearing around the city today. Next we have Hayden. Hayden's wearing a dress that's representing Fribourg from 1461. In French, or they speak French there, in that part of the Switzerland. The majority of the canton does speak French, but also some speak German. The city of Fribourg is an old medieval style city surrounded by the River Seine. Many Catholic educational institutions are here, and the canton is known for Gruyere cheese. Thank you. Taylor. She's representing Geneva. This capital city is called Geneva and is the center of many international organizations such as the Red Cross, former League of Nations Palace, now used by the United Nations. The Rhone River leaves Lake Geneva here. They have a strong French influence, and it's a very cosmopolitan city in that same canton of Geneva because people here are from all over the world. It's a beautiful city known for its huge fountain, which can be found near Lake Geneva. Next we have Nora. Nora is also wearing they're all wearing something special, but Nora's wearing our 13th century Glarus costume. And this one is very, very old, as you can see. It's not from 13th century, but we did replicate it. But Nora just wears it lovely. This is Glarus, as I mentioned before, is our canton, we'd like to say, in the Glarus. It's one of the most mountainous cantons and therefore one of the poorest. Basically a long, narrow valley. Industries are dairying and textiles. Although cotton is not grown here, much cotton is printed and woven here. Unfortunately, they no longer hand print, but they do print it with a machine at this point. At one time, Glarus was the most important textile printing cities in the world. The patron Saint Fridolin is on the canton flag, and one of the 3 cantons to still hold the cantonal Landsgemeinde, which is that voting, where they make a show of decisions by showing their hands. Appenzell and Unterwalden actually are the other 2 that do this. Next we have Graubünden. So Graubünden is the largest canton in size, not population. It's very mountainous, it's rough, and it has which means it has low population, and it is not too rich. St. Moritz and Davos, world famous ski resorts, are all located here. The Rhine River begins here. And many of the people here speak Romanish, which is one of the 4 languages that you'll find in Switzerland. Its capital city is Chur. Thank you. Next we have Jill. Jill's wearing a costume from Schaffhausen, and it is also from 1501. It lies on the German side of the Rhine River, known for its production of wool, thus the name Schaf, which means sheep. Rhine Falls, located here, and are the most powerful in Europe. Mistakenly, it was bombed by the US during World War II because it was thought to be part of Germany. So next is Schwyz. Luna is one of 3 original cantons of Switzerland. Well, Schwyz is, excuse me, Luna's not. Um, but they retain the name of Schwyz as their name. Flags are very similar. It's centrally located, German speaking. The industries are cotton weaving, manufacture of accordions and pipes, and they celebrate what many of us celebrate here, the drinking of Kirsch, and that is brandy made from cherries. Next we have Solothurn, Annie, one of the cantons known for its watchmaking. Located in the northeast part of Switzerland, the capital of Solothurn, oldest north of the Alps, and it is called Olten. Thank you, Annie. Next we have Ticino, the Florida of Switzerland. This is your Italian portion of Switzerland. It is a favorite vacation spot for many in Switzerland and in Europe, as well as we would all like to go there too. It's located the farthest south and it is warm and sunny. They have palm trees that grow there. As I mentioned, it is influenced by Italy. And at one point, our Edwin Barlow, who influenced our Wilhelm Tell Festival, he actually lived there for a bit. And Ticino is named after the Ticino River, and the capital there is Bellinzona. Abby. She is wearing the costume from Uri. This costume represents 1291. One of the 3 original cantons of Switzerland as well. Therefore, it's an important costume for our Tell play. This canton is located on the eastern shore of Lake Lucerne. It's in central Switzerland. Wilhelm Tell Monument stand in Altdorf in the capital city. Thank you, Abby. Next we have Sydney, the smallest canton. She's from Zug, and this costume represents 1352. This is the smallest canton, known as the cherry growing state. And the excavations revealed that the site of Zug has been inhabited by humans since the Neolithic ages. And last but definitely not least, we have Caroline. She is representing Zurich from a dress that was made to replicate 1352, centrally located on Zurich See, or the Zurich Lake. German-speaking canton, also the capital of the canton, with the same name, is the city, and it's the largest city in Switzerland. If you've ever gone to Zurich, you'll find it's very, very similar to Chicago. It has an old section and a new section. It's very beautiful. It has world famous as manufacturing, commercial, and banking centers. It's also noted to be a center of learning. The Lamont River runs through Zurich, and it empties into the Zurich See, or lake. Thank you. So, what we're going to do for you this year, which we haven't done before, is generally we come up here, we show you our lovely dresses, and then we move on and wait for the parade. But we decided, and actually the girls, most of the girls talked me into it, that we're going to dance for you as well. So I'll ask the girls to go down and get prepared to dance your first dance.
the